Hi students, hope you're all doing well. So in our last class, we have learned about the Wizard of Oz, and the last chapter was Wizard of Oz part 1. Today we are going to learn the rest of the story of the Wizard of Oz. So this is a story by L. Frank Baum. In last chapter we discussed about him. So let us directly go to the chapter. So they sat down and listened while the Oz told the following tale. I was born in Omaha. When I grew up, I became a ventriloquist. And at that, I was very well trained by a great master. I can imitate any kind of a bird or a beast. Here, he mewed so like a kitten that Toto pricked up its ears and looked everywhere to see where it was. After a time, continued the Oz. I was tired of that and became a balloonist. So here what is happening in our last chapter we knew that Dorothy and her friends. Who were her friends? The Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman and the Lion. And she has also a pet named Toto. So they were all trying to meet with the Wizard of Oz. So in their meeting they realized that the great Wizard of Oz is actually not a wizard, but he is merely a humbug. So here he is trying to explain his story. So in this chapter, we are going to learn what actually happened to the humbug or the great Wizard of Oz. So what is happening? So they sat down and listened while the Oz told the following tale. So he is telling about his story to the friends of Dorothy and Dorothy. I was born in Omaha. When I grew up, I became a ventriloquist, and at that, I was very well trained by a great master. So, where was he born? Omaha. The great Wizard of Oz was actually born in Omaha, and he grew up to become a ventriloquist. So, who is a ventriloquist? A ventriloquist is a person who speaks without moving his or her lips. So, if a person can talk without moving his or her lips, without the other person who is listening knowing that they are actually talking, then that kind of people are known as ventriloquists. So, he trained himself to be a ventriloquist and he claims that he was very well trained and he was really good at that. And who was he trained by? He was trained by a great master. So, who is a master? Master is a person who is skilled at something, skilled at doing something. Understood? So, the great Wizard of Oz was born in Omaha, and when he grew up, he became a ventriloquist. And being a ventriloquist, he was trained by the great master. I can imitate any kind of a bird or a beast. So, what is his speciality? He can imitate. Imitate means to copy someone or something. Okay. So, for example, our mimicry people, they imitate others, celebrities, and other animals. Likewise, he also can imitate other people and also other things. He can imitate any kind of a bird or a beast. What is a beast? A beast is a large or dangerous animal. So, the Wizard of Oz is claiming that he is a great ventriloquist and he can imitate anything that he sees, even it's a bird or a beast. He can imitate anything. Here, he mewed so like a kitten that Toto pricked up its ears and looked everywhere to see where it was. So, what is happening? To prove his point. So, he tells them that he can imitate anything. So, to prove his point, what did he do? He mewed so like a kitten. He mewed like a kitten. He cried or made a sound like that of a cat. At hearing that sound, what happened? Toto pricked up its ears and looked everywhere to see where it was. So what happened when he mewed like a kitten? Toto. Who is Toto? Toto is Dorothy's pet dog. So when Toto heard the sound of the Wizard of Oz mewing like a cat, what did he do? He pricked up its ears. Pricked up his ears means raised the ears as to listen to something. He became alert of a cat somewhere there. So he is proving his point there that he can imitate anything. So he now proved that he can mew like a cat, even mistaking a dog. After a time, continued the Oz, I was tired of that and became a balloonist. So he keeps continuing his story. So he was born in Omaha, he became a ventriloquist, and he can imitate anything and anyone. Okay, so he is proving his point by mewing like kitten, which actually mistakes Toto the pet cat of Dorothy. And after that, he is continuing to say that after a time of being a ventriloquist, he became tired or he became bored of becoming being a ventriloquist. And then what did he do? He became a balloonist. The great Wizard of Oz became a balloonist. Now, what is that? Asked Dorothy. A man who goes up in a balloon on circus day so as to draw a crowd of people and get them to pay to see the circus. He explained. Oh, she said, I know. So, as soon as the Wizard of Oz told that he stopped being a ventriloquist and he became a balloonist, Dorothy didn't know what a balloonist is. So she is asking, what is that? What is a balloonist? So now the wizard is replying by saying, a man who goes up in a balloon on circus day so as to draw a crowd of people and get them to pay to see the circus. So he is trying to seek the attention of the people or a crowd by going upon a balloon. A person who goes upon a balloon and draws attention of people so that they will later on pay to see the circus. So he is drawing people into the circus. That is the duty of a balloonist. Oh, she said, I know. Now Dorothy is understanding what a balloonist is. After the Wizard of Oz explained what a balloonist is, Dorothy understands and she says, oh, I know who that is. Well, one day I went up in a balloon and the ropes got twisted so that I couldn't come down again. For a day and a night, I traveled through the air. On the morning of the second day, the balloon came down gradually. I found myself in the midst of strange people who, seeing me come from the clouds, thought that I was a great wizard. Of course, I let them think so because they were afraid of me and promised to do anything I wished them to do. So, what happened? He became a balloonist. So, who is a balloonist? A person who goes upon a balloon upon a crowd to impress them or to attract them to come see a circus. So, one day, what happened? One day, I went up in a balloon and the ropes got twisted. What happened? He went up in a balloon and the rope of the balloon got twisted. Twisted means turned one end in the opposite direction. So that's what happened to his balloon. And what happened after that? So that I couldn't come down again. For a day and a night, I traveled through the air. So he is traveling through the air because the rope of the balloon got twisted and he couldn't come down back to the earth again. So he is traveling in the air. He couldn't stop himself because he is inside a balloon and he have not control over it. So what is happening? He is traveling through the air for a day and a night. He is traveling through the in the balloon for a day and a night, and he couldn't come down. On the morning of the second day, the balloon came down gradually. I found myself in the midst of Strange people who seeing me come from clouds thought that I was a great wizard. So what happened? He traveled through the air for a day, whole day and a whole night. And on the second day, what happened? Second morning, the balloon came down by itself. Okay. According to the wind, the balloon came down slowly by itself. Gradually means slowly. Okay, the balloon came down slowly by itself. I found myself in the midst of strange people who, seeing me come from the clouds, thought that I was a great wizard. So he found himself midst. Midst means the middle part of something. That means in the middle of a lot of people. Here he is telling that he found himself standing in the middle of a lot of people. And what kind of people were they? They were strange people. Strange means something unusual. Okay, he thought that these people were not normal looking. They looked very strange or unusual. So he found himself in between them, and these people were so innocent. And what did they think? They thought that he was a great wizard. Why did they think so? Because he was traveling through the air and he came down from the clouds like God sent him itself. Okay, that's what they felt. They were so innocent and they thought that this person was a great wizard. So I already told you what a wizard is. Wizard is a person who performs magic. Okay, a male person who performs magic. So these people thought that he is a great witch. Why did they think so? Because they thought that he came down from the clouds. Of course, I let them think so because they were afraid of me and promised to do anything I wished them to. So what happened? He did not correct them. Okay, they thought that he is a great wizard and he did not stay to correct them. He let them believe that he is actually a great wizard. And why did he do so? Because he thought that these people were afraid of him, unafraid because of some kind of a respect. So they thought that he is someone who should be scared of. Okay, and because of that, he believed that these people are afraid of him and they would do anything for him. These people also promised him that they would do anything if he wanted them to. Okay, so because of all these reasons, what are the reasons? One, because these people were afraid of him, and the second reason is because they promised that they would do anything for him. So, because of these two reasons, he did not correct them, thinking that he is a great wizard. Just to amuse myself and keep the good people busy, I ordered them to build the city and my palace. So, what did he do afterwards? Just to amuse myself. Amuse. What was amuse? We learned it in an earlier chapter, right? So, amuse means to make time pass pleasantly for somebody or oneself. So, he thought that he can amuse himself. He wanted to pass time very happily for himself and for the people of the Emerald City. So, what did he do? To amuse himself and keep the good people busy. So, he himself is telling that these people are good people, they are innocent and they are good people. And he wanted to keep them very busy and happy. So, what did he do? He ordered them to build this city and his palace. Okay, he had a palace and a city for himself. So, he asked them to build it for him. A palace. Palace means the home of a king or a queen. Okay, he built himself a palace. He installed himself more like a king of the city. They did it all willingly all and well. Then I thought, as the country was so green and beautiful, I would call it the Emerald City. So what did he do? He ordered them to build a city and a palace. And what did these people do? They did it all willingly and well. Willingly means ready to do something. Okay. As soon as he ordered them to build a city and a palace, they were very willing. They were exactly ready, very ready to do whatever he is ordering them to do. So what did they do? They build a city and they also build a palace for him. Then I thought, as the country was so green and beautiful, I would call it the Emerald City. So, after building the city, what did the host think? He thought that the city is completely green. It looks green everywhere. And because of the green color, the country is very beautiful. So, what did he think he would call it? The Emerald City. So, what is an emerald? Emerald is a green kind of gem. Okay, green colored gem. So he thought that he would call the city an Emerald City. Okay, to make the name fit better, I put green spectacles on all the people so that everything they see is green. So what did he do after that? To make the name fit better. So he put the name to the city, and the name of the city was the Emerald City. So emerald means everything is green inside it. So he wanted to make it complete. So what did he do? He ordered the people to put green spectacles on. Okay, he put green spectacles on the people of the Emerald City. And why did he do so? Because he knew that if we look through green spectacles, everything that we see will become green. And he thought that this will add up to the name of city. What is that? The Emerald City. So to fulfill the name of meaning of the name of the city, he put green spectacles on the people of the city. But isn't everything here green? Asked Dorothy. No more than in any other city, replied the horse. But when you wear green spectacles, everything you see looks green to you. So Dorothy was surprised. So she is asking, but isn't everything already green here? So when she came to the city, she looked around and she found out that everything that she looks at is green. Already the city is green, and she is asking, why should you put green spectacles over them? Because the city is already green. So, what was the reply of the Oz? No more than in any other city. So, what does he think? He thinks that this green color of the city is not more than any other cities. So, there were a lot other cities in that place, and all those cities look similar like the Emerald City. So he wanted to make it more greener in the eyes of the people. So he put the green spectacles, and he is explaining that no more than in any other city, but when you wear green spectacles, everything you see looks green to you. So he wants to make it more greener. That's why he is putting green spectacles on the people of the Emerald City. One of my greatest fears were the witches. For a while, I had no magical powers at all. I soon found out that the witches were really able to do wonderful things. So, after telling about the green spectacles, he is continuing on his explanation of what happens to his life. So, he is telling one of my greatest fears were the witches. So there were witches. We already learned the wicked witch of the east and west. Likewise, no. And the good witches of the south and north. Four witches were there. So he is explaining about them. So he is telling that his greatest fears were the witches. For a while, I had no magical powers at all. So he is telling that for a while, he did not have magical powers at all, which means that now he have some of the magical powers. So during that time when he did not have any kind of magical powers, he was afraid of these witches. I soon found out that the witches were really able to do wonderful things. So he started observing the witches, and he found out that these witches were amazing and they could do wonderful things. They could do wonderful magic. Then there were four of them in this country, and they ruled the people who lived in the north and south and the east and west. So he is telling that there were four witches in this country, and each of them, okay, each of them ruled the four directions in the whole country. One of the witches ruled the north, while the other ruled the south, and the other one east, and the next one west. Likewise, the witches ruled over the country. Fortunately, the witches of the north and south were good, and I knew they would do me no harm. So he is telling me, fortunately means luckily. It is my luck that the witches of the north and south stations were good witches. Okay, the witches of the north and south were good witches, and he understood that they will not harm him. They will not try to put him out of this place. So he understood that these two witches were the good witches. Which witches were they? The witches of the north and the south. But the witches of the east and west were terribly wicked, and had they not thought I was more powerful than they themselves, they would surely have destroyed me. So after that, he is deadpanning. That means he is becoming afraid even in his voice, and he is telling that. But the witches of the east and west were not good. Okay, they were not good witches. They were really bad. They were the worst ones. And he is telling her that even if they knew, that means if the witches of the east and west knew that he is not powerful enough, then they would have attacked him. Okay, so now he is actually not much powerful, but he is trying to look like he is the most powerful in the city. Okay, so now he is telling that if they thought that I do not have any kinds of powers, they would already have attacked him. So now these two witches, that means the witches of the east and west, thinks that the wizard of East Oz is actually more powerful than them. That is why they are not attacking him. But he is realizing that if they did not know that, if they knew that he did not have any kind of magical powers, they would have already killed him. They would surely have destroyed me. I am happy that you have destroyed both the witches. So what is he saying after that? I am happy. I am happy about the fact that you killed or you destroyed or you damaged badly the both of the witches. So we in the last chapter we learned that Dorothy killed the witches of the east and west. So now the wizard is thanking her, and he is telling that he is happy to know that Dorothy killed those two witches.